He don't boss this time around. According to the heading, according to the headline, what's is reaching us right now? So they says Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu order Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu for peace and for the freedom of Biafran people in Nigeria. So in this video, you are going to hear everything, the way everything is happening, and then the way Netanyahu is now calling for the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu and also for the freedom of Biafran people. Because as you can see, throughout last month, just throughout last month, things that is happening in the Israeli parliament concerning the Knesset, and then concerning how the Israel parliament, how they are discussing about the freedom of Biafran people in Nigeria, and also the thank the Israel Prime Minister thank all Biafran around the world, those that is supporting them for the thing and for the fight they are fighting against this Islamism, this jihadist that is going on in Iran. So, and the many things that has been going on concerning Israel and concerning the Biafran people. So as it is now, the Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu, he has now sent a message to Tinubu discussing about the release of Nnamdi Kanu and also about the freedom of Biafra. So in this video, our Biafran activist is going to explain to us a lot of things that is happening right now and the things that is going on in Israel right now as everything is happening. In fact, don't skip any part. Try to watch to the end so that you understand everything that is happening. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it. Let everyone see things going on.
Israeli government and the United States of America has given Nigeria, especially the man under the watch of this administration, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu 72 hours to release Nnamdi Kanu. They elapsing the expiration of 60 days, that is 2 good months given to this administration under the watch or supervision of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expired to release Nnamdi Kanu, whose kinsmen have gathered, their elders, their monarchs and kings, Igbes, Ezes. Eze Idigo was there. Obi Igbe Achebe of Onitsha, Obi of Onitsha, King Achebe was there. Ata of Igala, the grand monarch of the entire Nigerian contraption or country, was there. Then came that Igbe of Ezago in Enugu State, an orator, a man of motivational speech, a motivational speaker who actually held the Oni of Ife, the entire monarch in the southwest, including the Nigerian current president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ransom with his oratory rendition, streamlining reasons and points why federal government of Nigeria under the watch of Bola Ahmed Tinubu should release Nnamdi Kanu, the Igbo son. He questioned, why could you release Igbo, your son, and preparing to give him the highest honor, Are Onika Comfort of Yoruba land, while that young man who has done nothing, an Igbo man, Nnamdi Kanu, is suffering in jail for what he has not done. Release him if you actually know you are calling for traditional council of monarchs, which has never been existed or documented in Nigeria for a meeting. We are not and we couldn't be part of it. Explain the Igbe, the Eze from Ezago axis of Enugu State. Igbe, Eze, His Royal Highness Egade, you actually represented the Igbos too well. The gathering at Abuja, a call by Oni of Ife, he targets traditional council of what? Royal fathers or chiefs or rulers from southern Nigeria, which has never been in existence. It has never been endorsed. It is a handwork of the southwestern Obas and Kabiesis, to extort, to cheat, to bring down, to subjugate the Igbo kings, Igbes, and rulers, the Obis and Obas, including Oba of Benin. Only a young man that ascended the throne at the age of 48, I know it, was trying to spearhead Eze Idigo of Aguleri. For your information, all my listeners, please, Eze Chukwuemeka of Aguleri was the king of the Igbos 2,500 years before the king of Ndri in Agwata local government. Do we have Oyo Empire then? No. The Igbos have come a long way. They actually left Egypt during the time of Exodus. In the Old Testament, you will see the whole accounts, the stories of how Eri, the father of the Igbos, left Egypt with his kinsmen. He could not even wait for Moses, anointed by God, to lead his people, the Jews, out of the land of Israel. That was how the Igbos journeyed down to the southern river Nile, from where they exuded into the contractional region where they settled today, lower part of River Niger. This young Oni is trying to supersede Igbo of Aguleri and the rest of the Ezes in Igbo land, to head all of them and bring them down as slaves. And this, my king, my monarch, my papa Nnamu, actually stated everything clear at FCT, speaking it right on the face of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that they are not happy for that kind of gathering. Why you release Igbo living Nnamdi Kanu, our son, and you are telling us that we come here to build a united Nigeria, one Nigeria. Who is one in Nigeria? Fulani and Yoruba are one in Nigeria with exclusion of Igbos. Keep on telling us the truth. You can't unite us. You can't call this kind of meeting a council, a platform, royal platform, monarchical podium or medium that has not been legally, let me say, accepted, generalized by the entire, traditional rulers in the southern Nigeria. They blasted Oni of Ife. They rejected his call. They actually removed their head from being used as slaves. Thank you so much, this Igbe, this monarch, my Eze from Enugu State. You have spoken well. You have actually indicated that the Igbos are the oldest race on the continent of Africa, but the kind of the Yorubas, the people they are, they play along with Sokoto Caliphates and Fulani Caliphates to bring the Igbos down, claiming that Sardauna Sokoto is number one. Sardauna Sokoto is number one in Sokoto State and for the Fulani nationality, but not where the Igbos are. Oni of Ife is number one, the paramount Kabiesi in Yoruba land, not where Oba of Benin is, not on the domain of the Igbos, Ezes, and Igbes Council. We are the Igbos, we know our tradition and customs. We don't use money to buy Igbe, we don't use money to buy Eze, we don't use money to buy whatsoever the name of a particular dynasty or kingship is in Igbo land. It is a hereditary thing. We inherit it. We don't buy it. We don't steal it. It is not political. We don't play eye service to call someone Igbe or Eze. It must be inherited by the family of a particular person enthroned as Eze and Igbe in Igbo land. I have come again. You know me. I'm always a man, Ralph Tresvant, and I'm telling you exactly how it is. I'm not afraid of anybody. The Igbos have come a long way to state it clearly in front of Oni of Ife that that kind of gathering is not allowed, accepted by Eze Idigo of Aguleri or Amainebo of Opobo or Obi of Onitsha, even the Obi of Nikeland in Enugu State. We are older. Think about Ata of Igala, a man that has actually rejected Queen Elizabeth and his husband, denying them, bowing down. Do you know what it means? Kowtow. Kowtow, K-O-T-O-W, a language, a town, royal town invented by the Japanese. That is when you prostrate before the king. It is called Kowtow, K-O-W-T-O-W. Ata of Igala refused it to Queen Elizabeth and his husband, 18th centuries, when they gathered, and Sardauna Sokoto was actually to subjugate, having upper hand above Ata of Igala. He rejected it, and right on this front of Tafawa Balawa, Sardauna Sokoto Abubakar Tafawa Balewa and Ahmadu Bello that he would never in his own kingdom bow down before King of England. I mean Queen of England and his husband. He rejected it. How more of this young Oni that just, migrated from America, invited to take over the king's stool in Oni Ife land. How could they just want to at least lure the Igbo kings, Igbes, Atas, Oba of Benin into that kind of political, let me say manipulation? They actually made it clear to him that he has failed. The Southwest has failed the Igbos, betrayed them times without number. And that's why he made it clear that Nnamdi Kanu must come out when Tinubu if he wants to begin discussing Nigerian unity. Who are united in Nigeria? Nobody. Unity of Nigeria is between Yoruba and Fulani. Two of them are sharing the national cake, traditional leadership of the Nigerian country. So that's why the Eze, the Igbo, rejected that call and made it clear that Nnamdi Kanu should come out before anything, about Nigerian unity. You could see how his oratory speech actually stunned everybody, and the silence in this gathering was louder than, let me say, chaotic, boisterous protest or war. That is what makes a man a king. Igbo man is a king because his family has originally inherited it from the Igbo contraption. Our culture and tradition will never be, drilled. It can never drill. It can never be bought over. It can never be intimidated. That's whom we are. Oni has tried his best to bend the Igbes, the kings who are his father, senior over his father, to bow before him, to be under him. No, nobody, no king in Nigeria is above the Igbo kingship. Why? We are here on the continent of Africa, BC, before our Lord Jesus Christ. So, not Yoruba kingdom, not the Fulani Caliphate, or any other contraption or tribe in Nigeria will bring the Igbos down. The gathering was right now clear to everybody that the Igbos, the Igbo kings, the monarchs that actually went to Abuja to honor invitation by Oni of Ife and Tinubu administration, they were there for Nnamdi Kanu's release and freedom. And you know what I'm trying to tell you right now? Israeli government, Knesset, and American Congress giving Nigeria 72 hours, though the 60 days expiration of instruction and order by United Nations organization expired long ago, and United Nations is threatening serious embargo and sanction against Nigeria. Failure to release Nnamdi Kanu, 72 hours given by Benjamin Netanyahu and the United States of America for Nigeria to do the needful, or the forces standing by that could extricate Nnamdi Kanu from dungeon. Very soon. We are not asking for excuse. We are not asking for dialogue or negotiation with Nigerian government. Kanu has not done anything. Why could this administration and the Buhari administration be suffering an innocent man, an Igbo man that has not done nothing? He has been going through all the agonizing condition since 2021, risking it being yourself or your son. Our king from the axis of Ezagu, Enugu State, stipulated his point clear, demanding from Tinubu that he unconditionally releases Nnamdi Kanu. He should give the executive order right now. Yes, silence right now is louder than voice. It is too obvious that Igbo was freed, and the Yoruba land and their KBC in council wanted to give him the highest honor in the land. This is a man that committed the same crime with Nnamdi Kanu. Is moving freely, even with the highest honor in Yoruba land. Achiwaju, Otumba, Are Oni Kakamfo, the general of Yoruba, war general in the southwest. To a man who is right now freed from Cotonou, freed by Tinubu administration, while an innocent man that has well prophesied and predicted the current situation, bloody one, yes, perpetrated by the Fulani oligarchy across Nigerian farmland, topography and regions, killing and paying people in southwest with impunity and such audacity that government of this man, BAT, Bola Ahmed Tinubu could not ask Fulani why and bring them to justice. But an innocent Igbo man who is not doing anything wrong but agitating for emancipation of his people, the Igbos, was seized, jailed, unnecessarily jailed, illegality, illegal jailing, court ruling, as stated by that Igbo senator that is packed in the house of the lawmakers, telling his fellow senators that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally jailed. He said that kind of judgment is not supposed to hold. He was even employing or enjoining most of his colleagues in the house to advocate for Kanu's release. They started tackling him. He stood on his feet, even attacking these people, these lawmakers, these vultures, political vultures, back, that they could not do him anything. Yes, when you said, am I a lawyer? They were asking me, are you a lawyer? He said, no, but I'm a lawmaker. I know law. I make the law. I am among the lawmakers in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is innocently, is an innocent man, illegally, incarcerated by a Nigerian political system, which has turned, its back on the Igbos, neglecting Igbos from 1970 to date. 56 years now, the Igbos has been going through hell. There is a need for, not even a dialogue, urgent, an emergency release of Nnamdi Kanu. Whether the British likes it or not, we have the congressmen, American congressmen discussing about Nnamdi Kanu, let me say, sudden freedom. They must free him. He has not committed any crime. All his prophecy and prediction has come to pass. He actually made this revelation in the past that time shall come, or should come, when the Fulanis will run over the entire Nigerian region. Is it not happening now? Who committed bloody crimes in Nigeria? Nnamdi Kanu Ohu. Nnamdi Ohu Kanu has not committed any crime. Release him. That's the point. We gather here as we call for the councils of the traditional rulers in the south that has never been gazetted in our, monarchical or traditional system, and we are here. You have actually made your stance clear, and we are telling you our heart that illegally you have seized our son for over 5 years now, tormenting and punishing him when he has not done anything. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu. Bajapia Mila, Baya Ononoga, release Nnamdi Kanu. Look at your Abu, a bloated, inflated toad from Akwa Ibom. You are still holding on to illegality, claiming that you are Senate President, a position held by Ahmed Saraki, competently satisfying all Nigerians. Ababio, you are there to satisfy only Tinubu and the APC. Your people demanded that this young man dies. If anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, we are aware of court accusation led by El-Rufai that made the EFCC, after seizing El-Rufai, then there came DSS to apprehend him again. El-Rufai is inside because he revealed most of the classified information and documents as a result of his ability to use software or any mechanism to tap the NSA hotline. He overheard them discussing about importation of a particular colorless, odorless chemical from Poland. It has circulated all over the world. That is a chemical weapon. If anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria will go down. You should release him now. Release Kanu now. Under 72 hours given to you by Benjamin Netanyahu and Trump administration. United States means business. State of Israel is on it. Recognizing Biafra globally is an ultimate, let me tell you, achievement by Benjamin Netanyahu, the senior brother of Yoni, the young man that lost his life during 90 minutes at Entebbe in Uganda in 1976, precisely 50 years ago, July. See, once upon a time, a great man that was leading the greatest agitation group in the world was apprehended at Nairobi, Kenya, illegally kidnapped into Nigerian contraption, and today he still remains in jail. We are demanding for release of Nnamdi Kanu. Give Igbo whatever honor you like in your land. We don't care. Kanu must come out, and Nigeria must do the needful. Failure to do that, forces standing by, to release Nnamdi Kanu. If abduction of Maduro and his wife, Flores, in Venezuela, Caracas, could be possible, that possible. Let me tell you, releasing of Nnamdi Kanu out of Sokoto Correctional Center is as simple as ABC. Here is me telling you exactly what is going on in Nigeria again. And my name is Raphael Mbechikwelu, aka Raf Tresvant. I have come again. Subscribe from my YouTube channel, like me, hit notification bell, share among your WhatsApp, your Facebook, your Instagram, and Twitter handles, contacts. Thank you so much for listening. I cherish you.
And this has led to the UK, the British, let me say, imperialists, the British slave masters, frowning their face at Donald Trump, that Trump is trying to destroy what they built over the years. But I want to ask questions. Britain actually left Nigeria in 1960. What else does the British man want anymore? Again, I think they should have just gone back to Britain and began a roadmap of, let me say, oil exploration of tin. Other mineral resources are still massive in the UK. Why trying to capitalize and rely on Biafra black gold? If you look at Nigeria today, the exploration of oil in Nigeria started in 1959. And it was all along the Biafra international water shelves. The whole coastal states of Biafra are the Akwa Ibom, Cross River, River State, Bayelsa. Are you listening to me? Anambra, Imo, Abia, Delta States, including the Edo State. All these are Biafra coastal states and they are rich in oil production. What is it that Britain wanted again after leaving Nigeria in 1960? Now, this is a big question. Do you know what? Donald Trump is a man that has come to violate the Britain. The Britain over the years actually thought that we are in their own civilization and technology. But as I've done my visible studies, my research. We are no longer in the world of Britain right now. We are under American civilization and technology. You can see what Britain, in conjunction with Israel, is doing to the axis of evil. An evil axis that's responsible for all the terrorist attack, arsonist attack in Europe, in Asia, across the globe. America and Israel have sworn to destabilize the children of Cain and devil called Iran. The Persian Gulf is on fire right now because America has taken it upon themselves in conjunction with Benjamin Netanyahu to dismantle Iran Islamist regime that started in 1979. Let me tell you, 40-something years ago. Yes, they dethroned Shah. Shah was the former leader of Iran. Ayatollah Khomeini, Ali Khomeini, or what is his name? They dismantled the regime of this man and they began with this kind of Sharia law-driven administration or regime. I don't know what to understand. So Israel and America, they are doing good work. Britain is not happy right now. That's why the war is almost finishing, coming to an end. British sent how many Tomahawk or Tornado? British Tornado, I mean their war jets. That's the name they gave to their war jets. Why coming this late is because Britain is a woman. The UK is a woman. They are being represented by women. Even there was a time woman was British Prime Minister. Margaret Thatcher. That time, still, Queen Elizabeth was alive. So, the Britain is a woman. I don't know what to understand. That's why anytime good things is about to come to Igbo land, Britain will be frowning their faces. Do you know why? They are not happy. Asorok is not happy because Biafra map is about to unveil. And when they unveil it, I don't think that every Dikanale will have any strength to make noise. They will never come and make noise because we are all equal to the task. No Biafran coastal state is segregating against Igbo man anymore because they know that we are all the Igbos. Biafra emancipation is the latest pain and headache of Asorok, administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When Tinubu has played his politics in the past against the Igbo man in Lagos State, He actually thought that if he contested in 2023, that Igbo man was going to vote for him. But after all said and done, what happened? An Igbo man in Peter Greg Obi carried out the day, and the Tinubu shamelessly paid INEC huge money to steal mandate. Allegedly, yes. Allegedly stole a mandate that belonged to Peter Greg Obi. And let me tell you, I don't use the word allegedly again. Do you know why? It is too obvious that Obi won an election in Lagos State. Too obvious that Obi won an election in Ekiti State. They used 2019 election in Ekiti. The document was backdated to 2019. It's all indicated on search on internet. Oga Obi, Labour Party won election, presidential election of 2023. Labour Party, Alule, APC Party, Olule. He beat them to stupidity. Labour Party was voted in Lagos State. The entire southwestern states actually voted for Labour Party. We are not even discussing about southeastern Nigeria, where Labour Party won with large margin of vote. Then in the north, the entire north, mid-belt, northeast, core northwest, Zamfara, Yobe, and rest of Adamawa states, they all voted for Labour Party. Why? Because everybody got tired of APC. That was the simple reason. But they are now painting it blue, black, gold to look as if some persons voted. No, the umpire INEC was the one that actually brought Labour Party down up to the federal level. We actually know how many percentage Obi won in Abuja. Obi won more than 68%. And look at your so-called president could not get up to the needed percentage in Abuja. Why must I use allegedly? If I'm using allegedly, what is going to happen in 2027 when APC party already has gathered money up to 500 billion to share among the poor youths in the north, so that they will all come out en masse and vote for the wrongest party in Africa? I'm telling you that we are not drilling from at least showing our anger and grievances over what is going on in this regime. I am an Igbo man. I am Nnamdi Kanu man. I am Obi's man. I am Chore's man. I am a man to any man that's worth listening to. A man that works wild is a man of integrity, pedigree, a man that is good to the society. The entire society needed Omoyele Chowore. The entire society needed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The entire Igbo race is looking up to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why I said I am their man and they are my men. I don't support worthless men, persona non grata, undesirable elements. They are all my foes and adversaries. I don't support bad things.
Oh yes. This is our brother Raf. He has said it all. He has said it all the way it is. And the order given by Netanyahu, the Israel Prime Minister, that they need to release Mazi Kanu, that is a very welcome development, because I don't see how you can release on the Igbo and now you can be freeing terrorists and be rehabilitating them back to the society, bringing them to making them to join the soldier and other security forces in the country. Then, in fact, granting them amnesty and the rest of them. The person that is agitating, telling you that, look at what you are doing to me, or what you are doing to our people that is not right. Do it like this so that for peace to reign, you now tag him a terrorist. Make sure that you prison him by all means. Now, people have been calling for release, and for many international bodies have been calling for Nigeria to release him. But still yet, Nigeria fall into a deaf ear in the name of nothing nobody can do to them. And in fact, it's a very, very shocking something. This time, we'll see if he will release him or not. And also the chief of Agureri, that also called for his release and tell Tinubu to do the needful. I don't know the type of government we are living, the other government we are having in this country, when everybody is pointing hand at something for you to do, and you'll be claiming that you are the president or you are the governor without doing what is right. And those things you are claiming that you are following the constitution. It is only in one section of this country that the constitution used to talk. Even though the constitution itself, you did not even follow the constitution to jail him. That is the problem. Because had it been you follow the constitution to jail him, the case would have been a different case. But this, you collide and you lie and you do many things to make sure that you jail him in the name of you have the power. Now the international body, they are now calling for you to release him, and the government, they are still claiming. Something like this, whenever it comes to the issue of Igbo and Nigeria, they used to look Igbo with a different eye, and they used to suspect them as the people, that whenever you allow them, this or that will happen. Igbo man is not fighting for them to take over Nigeria. The only thing they are fighting for you is for you to allow them to go, and for you to allow them to be free. That is all. They are not fighting for president, they are not fighting for your senate, and they are not fighting for them to secure any office, apart from what P2B is just doing. The reason why, because of they have already sidelined Igbo in a very certain way that Igbo man cannot speak. That is why I just come to speak. And the states, those who call themselves the political elects, those that are in charge of Nigeria, they are still claiming he's an Igbo man. Is this, is that. So as you don't need Igbo man in the country, why not you? Why don't you allow them to be free? Let them to go and form their own country and do whatever they want to do with it. Then you that believe in Sharia, in Boko Haram, and in terrorists, then you continue with your terrorism and continue with your Sharia. That is it. So let everybody be in peace and let peace reign. In fact, a lot is going on. I would like to comment on what you think about the thing going on in Nigeria. Like, subscribe, and share it. Let others see what is happening in Biafra land. We say thank you for watching.